What do you think about Wall Street kind of, it seems like turning a corner a little bit and starting to say, from the previous statement of, not Bitcoin, but blockchain to now it sounds like definitely blockchain and maybe Bitcoin, right? Is kind of, I think, where we are right now, where people are saying, maybe there is actually some value to this digital currency. It's got a deflationary model, et cetera. How do you kind of see that impacting, one, the currency, and then two, kind of, the future outlook?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Wall Street is in the business of taking fees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wall Street it's fundamentally investment banking, commercial banking, etc. It's a middleman business. It's a business where you have a corporate entity who's providing a service for clients and taking a fee for being in the middle of transactions. Fundamentally, Bitcoin is about the opposite of that, right? It's about the ability to trustlessly disintermediate that process entirely and conduct frictionless commerce with two different parties who don't have to know each other. And it's not a surprise to me that Wall Street has historically not been receptive to Bitcoin, why they've chose to focus on sort of blockchain, not Bitcoin. I think that blockchain for Wall Street is actually something that is fundamentally nonsensical. Because it's a close friend of mine, Morad, often likes to say that blockchains don't create revenues, blockchains destroy revenues. By their very nature, if done correctly, they would take away revenues from the core businesses of many banks. This sort of alternate parallel capital market structure that people are building is actually a universe where traditional underwriters and middlemen don't make any money. And we're starting to see the downstream effects of this. ICOs this year have financed much, and this is nothing to say of the quality of these ICOs, which is extraordinarily poor, but ICOs in aggregate have raised more money globally than IPOs have in Q1 and Q2 this year. And so I think that there is a shift and a focus on Bitcoin, but I think that it's more driven by just demand that they're seeing from high net worth clients, institutional clients about custodying, trading Bitcoin, about buying it, holding it in their accounts, about providing prime brokerage services around it. I think that some of the more savvy banks are looking ahead to this, but I don't think the fundamental attitude has changed. I still see a lot of enterprise blockchain, permission blockchain projects, none of which have shipped anything of value. I think it's pretty safe to say that to date. And a lot of these efforts have actually imploded. But Wall Street, there's a number of things that they bring. I think that the capital that comes with Wall Street is very important in order to sort of institutionalize Bitcoin as a real asset class. I think the second really important thing is that with Wall Street comes a lot better security tools, custody tools, market infrastructure, liquidity, all of which is good for all Bitcoin users, not just Wall Street. I think the third thing that's really interesting is that with Bitcoin is going to come, Bitcoin on Wall Street is going to come all sorts of interesting new financial products, some of which I've been exploring. But the lowest hanging fruit is sort of ETFs and options and other derivatives products, all of which I think help contribute to Bitcoin's path as a highly liquid, saleable good.